Hi everyone, this is Adrian at 18 Echo SF. I decided to make a video today showing the second of the Christmas presents that I mentioned in the video a couple days ago. And that particular present is my new Kindle Paperwhite. Now, over the years, my entire life actually, I've been an avid reader. And when Amazon first released the Kindles, 5, 6 years ago, I guess, I didn't get one immediately. I decided to keep reading my paper books, which I loved. However, when they came out with the second edition, I bought one, and it happened to be a Christmas present again. And as much as I liked the idea of it, within a week or two of owning it, I almost returned it because the screen was a light gray with black text, and there was no lighting built into the Kindle. So you had to have a light on and be quite near it so that the screen was, clear. But I didn't return it. I kept it, and after reading a book or two, I absolutely fell in love with owning the Kindle. And I've run into a number of people over the past 5 years or so who I've told about the Kindle, and some of them who love books would say to me, "Oh, I'm never going to give up my books because it just wouldn't be like reading a book without having the real thing in my hand." Well, I can flat tell you that all you have to do is own a Kindle for a few days and start reading a book, and you'll never go back to a paper book again because the convenience of these units, which can hold like 1,000 electronic books if you so chose, is just tremendous. So you could travel and have loads of books on there and never, worrying about have to get a book while you're traveling. And the original Kindle that I had, it had built-in Wi-Fi, Amazon's Wi-Fi. It was called WhisperSync. I think it was done through Sprint. And you could be anywhere basically and turn the wireless on, and it would link you to their network, and you could actually go buy a book and download it and everything. My new Kindle does not work that way, and I'll explain in a minute. So I had my other Kindle for a number of years, and I've purchased almost 150 books, believe it or not. And I am constantly reading a book. When I finish one, I almost immediately start another that I have an interest in. And I have a varied interest. So, from handguns and self-defense to music, spy thrillers that I like, the Mitch Rapp series, and a couple others as well. There's a series written by a guy named Daniel Silva that is fabulous as well. But anyway, I had my Kindle for, I guess 3-4 years, about 3 years. And this past year, Amazon released a new Kindle called the Paperwhite. And that's what this is. And the Paperwhite, instead of having a gray screen, has a white screen with black text. And it has built-in ambient lighting, so which can be increased or decreased. I keep mine all the way up. So you can actually read this with no lights on and see it perfectly. It is crystal clear, and it's even smaller than my original. And you can hold it in one hand or even along the edges. You have to be careful not to touch the screen because it will change instantly to the next page. So you have to be a little careful with that. But the unit is fantastic. And if you are a reader, this, for me, I think is the only e-reader to own, even though there are some others. And some people do read books on their Apple iPads, which you can do using their app, or you can even use a Kindle app to read the book in a Kindle application on the iPad. However, the screens on iPads are glossy, And because they're glossy, you do pick up some shadows from things around you. And if you're outside in the sun, it is very difficult to read. You probably know this by looking at your phones when you're out in the sun. It becomes very, very difficult to see those screens. With the Kindle, that is not the case. This is just like reading a regular book. You could be outside in bright sunlight. You could have sunglasses on, not have sunglasses on, and this thing can be read with no problem, no glare, no shadows, no nothing. So I love this item, actually. I have the one that comes, as they say, without ads. It was $139. They sell a $20 less version that comes with ads. In other words, when you first turn it on, there's an ad that will appear at the bottom for a book, kind of a suggestion. And I just didn't want that. So I spent the extra. It doesn't stay there. It goes away immediately. But I still didn't want it. And I decided that I would pay the extra $20 and get the one that shows me no ads, whatsoever. I did have someone who has the one with the ads tell me they actually like that because they get recommendations on books that they might like, So I guess there's some validity to that, but for me, I just didn't want it. My previous Kindle, I didn't have a case that attached to the Kindle. I had a case, a Belkin case, where the Kindle slid inside the case because I thought that was the only way I really wanted to use it. I took it out of the case, held the Kindle in my hand, and that was all I really wanted. However, when this unit came out and I saw these leather cases where the Kindle actually snaps right into the case, and when you close the cover, it puts it to sleep, just like an iPad cover does. Since the batteries on these items, well, depending on how much you read, the battery will last about a month. That's about the time I got out of my other one, and I'm expecting the same with this unit as well. So, opening this and having it running right away, to me, seems to be a real, convenience. This is very nice. It's leather. They come in a variety of colors. I got the blue one. My other one was black, and I just wanted just a different color. It didn't really matter. If you're a sometime reader, you don't read all the time, and you have an iPad would be good to have. You wouldn't have to spend an extra $140 to buy a unit, and you could read a book. But if you are someone that reads as much as I do, which is every day, I think you'd be disappointed using an iPad to read your books. And this is really the item to have. And it's very compact. So I'll put a link down in the description, to this item and the covers, so you can take a look. But it's something I highly recommend to someone who's someone who's a reader. Sorry about that. It's just old guy brain fade. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to PM me or put a comment in the comments section, and I'll be glad to answer. But again, Kindle Paperwhite, $140. The cover is the Kindle Paperwhite cover at $39, and fantastic item. So stay well and safe out there. And tomorrow I'll show you the last item that I got for Christmas, which is a little more applicable to kind of this channel, something I've wanted for 2 years. Didn't buy one myself, and I told my son about it, and he was nice enough to buy it for me, and I'll keep what it is until tomorrow, but I'm sure you're going to like it. So stay well and safe, folks, and I'll see you down the road.